Kebayangan aku dah sebenarnya aku dah ada
Assalamualaikum and welcome back. Brothers and sisters, this afternoon we are having a panel discussion on the role of ASEAN in addressing non-traditional security challenges presented by the Rohingya parties. The panel discussion will be moderated by Mr. Ahmad. I cordially invite the members of the panel to be on stage. To introduce our moderator, Junaid Ahmad is concurrently Secretary General of JAS, PhD candidate at the Department of Sociology, University of Malaya, and Director for the Center for Global Dialogue in Pakistan. With a law degree, Juris Doctor from the College of William and Mary in the United States, he has taught law, religion, and politics at various universities in Pakistan and South Africa. Junaid will introduce the panelists and moderate the discussion. Over to you, Brother Junaid.
Hello, everyone. Peace and blessings on all of you and all for coming to this relevant event, what's going on. So far, I think everyone will agree that the discussions led by the speakers have been incredibly important up there, generating the debate necessary on this issue. I'm very pleased and honored to be part of it. Highly distinguished panel of experts on various issues who have thought about the subject deeply in meaningful ways. And we're very honored to have today to share with you those reflections on the subject matter. We'll begin by Dr. Arujunan. Dr. Arujunan is currently a senior lecturer at the Law Health University, and also the Secretary of its research program. His qualifications include PhD in Enforcement Law at the University of Wales, the UK, and the Master of Defense Studies, University of New South Wales in Australia. So, in order to keep it nice, short and sweet, but meaningful, I will hand it right over to the panelists and introduce them before they speak. And one thing which I do request from the panelists is to close remarks on time, roughly about 10 minutes. So that the panelists can share their views with the So please.
I don't think I like the 5 points. So that is for each type of thing. The first thing that the Rohingya are the first kind of group, the government and the we claim the duty to protect the people of the country. They are not people, they belong to the country called and have lived there for hundreds of years. So therefore, the government of Myanmar is universal. Why not if I look at it, the principle of sovereignty of the particular government? The sovereignty is a principle so significant in the state. They not understand. Those kinds of sovereignty come from the Lord, God, God of the universe. We can't see God on earth, so the principle transfer of the state. So the duty of the state, the duty of the rulers of the state to take care of the principle of justice, which is an abstract concept of God. So that means the government must make sure that it is charged to the people under their control. And the state also developed the idea of what we call principle of law, the principle of social control. The principle of social control very clearly indicates the trust between the rule and the rulers. The ruler will provide the rule, whatever things that make their life better. That is the case, for that purpose there is law, both domestic law, and they went into question. The domestic law is enshrined in the Constitution of the state and protects the liberties of the people. That to protect the liberties of the people. The President, the government of Myanmar will protect the liberties of the people who of the Rohingya people and Buddhists. Now, the English community have all kinds of laws. They started from us what human rights, universal declaration of human rights, so universal power of political social rights, equality rights, the international convention on the rights of the people, the international convention on racial equality, you get the hundreds of international laws they have produced. What happens to all those laws? A state become a party to international law, we call it the principle of constitutional data. that we do after the promise. A particular treaty, I'm not a party in this particular treaty, but a particular treaty law becomes a law mechanism, it's a law that is respected by those states that the Institute of International Customary Law. When a law becomes international customary law, all states are bound by it. So these are like laws are international customary laws. We call it treaty law, it's also international customary law. So all the 200 states in this world are bound by this particular law because it has to be connected, it has to be particularly one character called honest, which means that if the principle is so fundamental for human existence, all states must observe it. The weakness of international law is such they cannot be enforced. It can enforce provided the council willing to enforce it, or the government of the particular state willing to enforce it. So international laws are accepted or ratified by a particular state, the people involved are two parties, the topic of consultation, the topic of interpretation. So the topic of consultation, topic of interpretation, they accept within the domestic law. Once the law is accepted in the parliament, the law must be enforced. So this particular thing is talking legal perspective. Now what are international relations? International relations dominated by two main theories. One is theory talk about law and international organization. The other one talks about the ability to talk about the use of power. So therefore what we find at the end of the day, the state government, the government of the country, they will enforce the laws. Now how is the state government enforcing the law? That all the states will have to protect what the benefits for me, in what way I can take care of the nation. Now look at the hypocrisy of the states. When Myanmar was exploiting these people, oppressed people, the United States and European imposed sanctions. How many Asian countries, how many South Asian countries they supported Russia? The best was China. China took advantage of it, made a lot of investment. Myanmar supported the military regime. India at the beginning did not support, later on finally tried to do it. India also went to the country, made investment. What are ASEAN countries? The so-called ASEAN, correct? ASEAN countries don't make any investment, are investing. How many ASEAN countries make investment in Myanmar when we were ruled by military? I know the countries are in harmless. I know there are other countries went for investment in the metro areas. So we ourselves need to bring some extent. So therefore, we are the Christian. We look at the international law, they got to follow. The military got to follow the law. So a group of people are exploited, they are having problems on the issue. Now the Christians, there are how many million people, how many Rohingyas in Myanmar? If I buy 1.5 million. If 1.5 million will divide by 10 ASEAN states. Each ASEAN state consists of 1,000 million. The only small except for a particular purpose. I think we have no political commitment. We are not committed to it. Any problem that is solved with the policy. The policy must have deep thinking and three aspects: short term, middle term, and long term. The ASEAN countries, the principle of non-intervention is only a limited principle. That any nation violates the fundamental principle of human rights, the duty of the international community or other states to intervene is allowed in international law and bring down. I don't advocate ASEAN countries go intervene into the affairs of Myanmar. I think ASEAN is not respected, then you have to intervene when there's a need to intervene. They are prepared to Myanmar, they is not a responsibility. The so-called Rohingyas, they are the people of the country of Myanmar. That was very, very clear. So temporarily we can accommodate the Rohingyas in the ASEAN states. It is very difficult. 1.5 million people, and 10 ASEAN states, let's put Myanmar as a mind. Can 9 ASEAN states accommodate 1.5 million Rohingyas in their country? Are you serious about it? I think they will. The 9 ASEAN countries divide the 1.5 million by 9. Just say roughly each country 70,000. 70,000 people in Malaysia, we divide in 13 states. Each state will carry about 1,000 Rohingyas. 1,700 Rohingyas divided into districts, they become the hundreds. Divide into couples, they become one. Come on. Have you solved that problem? We want a 1.5 million workers extra we want to import to this country. The High Commission of Refugees say they are working all the contracts. Can't we employ them? I ask you for the election. Can't we employ them in the industries? You are seeing 1.5 million workers from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, all these countries. We got so-called illegal refugees in this country, working illegally in our contracts, in our houses, in our plantations. Come on, go on. We can't give them job. We as a human being, have you answered to God with this one? We as a responsibility to look after them when they came to take up this land, legal or illegal, legal or illegal. When a human being enters into the Malaysian land, they come rights. One right they come with natural rights. The natural law is from God. Natural law comes from God, so man wants rights. So illegal or illegal, the minute they land into the Malaysian land, the Malaysian government have to recognize that they are human beings. They have right for their life, they have right for their food, they have right for their medicine, they have right for their education. We have to ensure that. That will be the exception. They exactly find out what is the number of people, how many ladies, how many men, how many children. Then we look for ways to work in our houses, we can employ them. Or we just look for people to work, we can employ them. And I think we owe a duty to educate them. We don't do that. Then we are converting their companies to converting them into criminals. That's right. Alright? Let's look at, we look at sovereignty, we look at international law, we look at states, how they play games, and look at religion. Karl Marx said religion is open to us. Are we truly religious? Are we spiritual? Or are we ritualistic? Politics in all its post-colonial societies. I see this after the combination of three main factors: race, religion, and politics. Once you identify yourself with a particular clan, particular tribe, particular caste, particular race, you become free movement. Don't tie yourself with the humanity, the human being that comes from God. Don't tie yourself. I am a untouchable. I am a Brahmin. I am a Malay, privileged Malay. I am a non-Malay. Right? Don't be ashamed to divide humanity that way. So we are pre-modern, we are called backward. We didn't go forward. Point number one. The point number two, what is religion after all? Religion is the right to spirituality. Spirituality is the higher the Almighty God. So if you are religious, you look at spiritual. But if you are spiritual, you look at God in all that. That's religion. Spirituality is not ritualistic. What I notice today, religion has lost its direction and become instrument in the hands of politicians and become instrument in the hands of fundamental heretics. See anywhere in the world, look at Myanmar, look at Sri Lanka. Here to some extent, futuristic direction. I can see that. So religion has been playing a fundamental role of making us a better human being, so mankind. We close it to Almighty God. Backward, they start to divide ourselves. I can't shake a hand of Towle because you are a non-Muslim. Thank you very much. I don't shake a hand. I can't talk about Towle because you are not a Muslim. Don't talk. Then the others don't talk. Am I right? So we fail again. We fail as a race, as a human being. We fail as a people with religion. Politics is what politics is. Politics is the struggle for power. At the end of the day, they are politicians or they are leaders. Leaders are people who lead a better life, make us better human beings. Politicians are then animals, reformers. They'll do anything for their vested political interests. Look around in the world. The politicians are the leaders, and are they people vested interests to play on this, manipulate race, religion, all kind of things, so that they can remain in power, they can enjoy their interests. Alright, thank you very much for listening. Oh, next.
Very much very passionately for justice. And setting a precedent, keeping within the time limit for his 8 to 10 minutes, following speakers. So thank you for that. The next speaker that we might is Dr. He's an associate professor in the Department of International Strategic Studies at the University of Malaya. He specializes on contemporary Southeast Asia. Some of his publications on Myanmar include reforms in Myanmar by chance of design, Journal of Diplomacy and Foreign Relations, European Union's Myanmar policy focus for directionless Journal of Southeast Asian Affairs. So without further ado, Professor Jastwan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will try to keep the 10 minutes, but I'm going to do this kind of the rest of the time. But before I do that, let me share this story. Last year we saw waves of refugees from Syria making very little journeys over the sea. And we also saw many losing their lives. There was this gentleman heading through his influence, interviewed by the media. He had one ear and was holding one and little eye was white. And the reporter asked that the just came by Syria with the times. He said, I know you are still hiding. So it's an act of desperation. The refugees are there because of sheer desperation. It's a push factor, not a push factor. Whether they are Indians or whether they are refugees from many parts of the world. The reality is that they have been pushed. And that's something that we do. Now, the Rohingya crisis, which is of course a crisis in the region, is a humanitarian crisis, right at our doorstep, right in our backyard. What are we doing about it? Have we been doing enough to address this issue? Now, basically, when we talk about the issues of Rohingya here, we are talking about two issues. First, managing the problem, because we have one IDPs in Myanmar, as you know, as a result of the violence in 2012. Hundreds of thousands are living in deplorable conditions. And secondly, the refugees. We don't just find them in Malaysia, we find more than 100, close to 200,000 in Malaysia. Look at the conditions, living conditions, simply deplorable. It is in this context that my respect goes to NGOs like Mercy as well as other NGOs that do their very best to try to alleviate problems faced by all these countries. So firstly, I mean managing it well. Who is managing it? Our civil society is coming on to give a hand. In the Malaysian context, yes, we have a number. They're trying very hard. Despite limited resources, they are trying very hard. We should encourage them. But what about younger region? Now, generally speaking, when we talk about managing it, the CSO, the NGOs alone can't manage it due to the limited resources. We need support. But let's look at how the entire issue has been framed vis-a-vis its importance in the agenda of many states. Is the Rohingya issue considered an important issue? Let's be very frank. Not really. Yes, the European, I wrote an article about that criticizing the European. The European Union talks about the Rohingya, blah, blah, blah. It's just politics. But is there a consistent policy to say, look, we want to find a solution to these two problems? One, at home there, and secondly, how do we manage this problem of refugees here so that children can go to school? They are not denied of their basic human rights. It's sad. My comments will not be as hard as Aru, but it's sad that the issue has not been given that much of focus. It's very, very sad. I have been following the country since 1988, and I'm actually coming up with a book next year. The entire issue was framed around the big idea of democratization. Okay, they have been done. Now I think the government should be pressured to walk the talk, especially the foreign minister. They should start walking along and see what can be done. So let's go back to the issue of managing. Now, ASEAN has not been managing it very well. ASEAN's approach has been rather very inconsistent. I still remember, I think it was 89 or 90 when the issue approached, and Foreign Minister Dola Badawi raised the issue, and Malaysia was very upset. Right? There was no follow-up. The problem lies within ASEAN. How does ASEAN view the issue? How does ASEAN? I don't think so. A lot of ASEAN countries are actually concerned. But those who are concerned can actually get together. Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand can get together, can pool our resources and do something to alleviate the plight of the refugees that are in Thailand. And especially in Bangladesh. Just Google, you will see the pictures of their living conditions. You know, societies don't live fully going. And we are actually pushing them for like a vicious cycle. They are very difficult for them. We are talking about long-term solution. We have to first address that issue before we go and address the issue in Myanmar. Because that is also equally important. Now, moving on, the long-term solution. Of course, I don't want to go into this whole issue of identity. You have got two schools of thought. You have got some saying, oh, they are not blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Are they human beings like you and me? Don't they deserve better? So it doesn't matter. We can split our hairs, telling, I can give you enough evidence to. One of the areas that I studied was the kingdom of Arakan. I can give you ample evidence to show how they have come long time ago. There is enough evidence. But does it matter? They are there. Now let's deal with the problem as best as we can. Don't split hairs. So let's discount this whole issue of identity. This is a highly political issue. You, by discussing identity, we are actually falling to the same trap that Myanmar have created. Look at the census. The total refusal to accept the term. 135 places can be accepted. There is a political issue. No, Bengalis. You are Bengalis. Right? Let's not get into that. Let's impress the Malaysian. Handle this. How are you handling it? What is being done? Okay. So what is the long-term solution? The long-term solution focuses on one issue that I think a lot of people sometimes disappoint. The Nationality Act of 1982. The Burmese Nationality Act of 1982 created classes of citizens. And under this, Rohingyas are not there. We talk about handling the issue, but nobody is talking about amending or repealing that act. There is this issue of first class, second class, and third class citizens in the country. Yes, there is issue. Other ethnic minorities other than Burma sometimes are treated as second class. That's reality. You might not agree with my comment, fine, but that's reality. That's the issue that we also have to look at. The Burmese government must look at that issue. Not just say, okay, we will now create a new category, Rohingya, that's it. But the legal framework there, something that we Now, how can the international community help? ASEAN has always credited itself to a large extent of pushing the country towards reforms, which unfortunately I disagree, because I always believe that the push factor was actually the states that imposed sanctions. Of course, it is debatable, but then not to take ASEAN the credit away from ASEAN, even though ASEAN has been pushing, ASEAN can do. You don't have to condemn Myanmar in open meetings. You can honor them in closed door meetings and then look, let's get down to a solution. You don't have to condemn them in any ASEAN summit. The European Union stopped doing that about 10-15 years ago because they realized it was counterproductive, especially with the newcomers. So there are other approaches. That's point number. Point number two, international relations. The issue must be framed as a priority issue. Unfortunately, more often than not, it's not framed as such. It's just, a few 100,000 there, fine. I mean, it is said that even the Rohingya community itself is not international, globally linked well as federal. The diasporic communities are. Now, this goes back to the entire problem of absolute poverty. Absolute poverty. Even you can find them in, you find I think few thousand in China. Some of them even have gone to China. Few 100,000 here, few 100,000 there. What do they do? Basic day. We are talking about decades of systematic discrimination since the institution of military rule and especially after the enactment of the national law. That is something we have not looked at. Of course, there are no solutions overnight. I sincerely hope the new government will walk the talk. Appointment of Kofi Annan, let's see, but there's a caveat in this commission. He can propose, not necessarily his recommendations will be taken into consideration. That's the catch there to be able. So, having created the commission, now ASEAN proposals, how can we help to implement these proposals on the we can share there's a lot of experience ASEAN can share when it comes to managing multiculturalism. Okay? So, my last comment. Yes, you can talk about it as a human rights issue, you can talk about it as a security issue. When we talk about non-traditional security, we are talking about human trafficking, how these people are subject to all sorts of human trafficking, sex trafficking, and things like that. It's very, very sad. And the grave that we found some months ago, things like this should not happen in the first place. Right? But let me point to you one great problem in the long run that can probably occur that we are probably overlooking. As these people live in deplorable conditions, they are extremely vulnerable and they are also very vulnerable to radicalization in the law. Something we are not addressing. It is easy for external influence to go into these groups. Because nobody is actually coming there and telling them, look, we want to, I mean, there are people, but so I think we have to look at the bigger picture. We have to look at the entire issue of how do we bring them out from this, and also how do we actually find a solution in the long run in the countries. Yes, I do agree with Aru, we settle them fine. You start resettling them, I don't think so the Burmese want them anymore. They'll probably send more out. That will not solve the problem. Look, Burma is opening up, the economy is going to get growing in the next 10 15 years. There's going to be another, there will be ample opportunity. You are talking about the country the size of France, there's abundant opportunity. Of course, at the moment, the problem of development is a major problem. And herein lies the problem. Why? Because this is one state that is impoverished backward. So, there is this scramble for resources. But it's a question of shifting some development into this area. And once they reap the benefits, I don't think so they will go after each other's necks because they'll be busy probably living over there more money. So it's a question of time. It's that time that we need to manage it. So that the gravity of the situation doesn't increase and not more and more people will not die. Let's see. That's what we have to see. Okay. One last comment. I think you have to also understand that this issue within the larger context of the outbreak of sectarian violence. especially violence against Muslim communities and largely the entire field. Then it's also another issue that we should look at, not just the Rohingya. Yes, they are Muslims, but how this entire 3-4 decades of hate propaganda of the military has created this animosity. That is why the NLD, and I hope, as I said, there's some moment we should hear this reconciliation. There needs to be clear act reconciliation, particularly between them. Panglong alone, that's what Panglong alone was not secure peace. There are other pockets that they, sorry, the reason I use Burmese because when they started with the Burmese for because Burma was this. Okay, with that, thank you very much for your attention and thank you all.
Thank you very much. Some excellent points raised and more last points from you, but of course, time the next speaker is another dear colleague of mine now, Vidyananda, KP Soon. Is Interim Secretary of the International Forum on Buddhist Relations. He's also an executive committee member of the International Network of Engaged Buddhists and former vice president of the Buddhist Missionary Society of Malaysia. He's the co-founder and executive director of Spirit of Endeavors, a strategy, capacity, and investment advisory company with strong focus on social impact and development. KP Soon is known as an entrepreneur, strategist, and activist. He sees spiritual practice in a deeper and wider context and strongly believes that religion has to be socially engaged and firmly inclusive.
Thank you. No, I can't say I'm an expert. What I can say is that I think religion is a work. It's very important. It's not laying on control right now. It should make good. What is the good? And the one, the problem which is very, I want to trust. In religion, we talk about inner wisdom and enlightenment and whatever words it is. We believe we are ready and we are here because we believe in the safety of the law that our perpetrators cause keeps behind us because it's possible and constant security. When we see a war, we need to break the wall. Because of this ignorance, we allow ourselves to be manipulated. And messages instead of reconciliation, which is anger and hatred, begin to flourish in our populations. And I was attending a religious organization's activity. Halfway through the activity, I believe because when we talk about war, we talk about Vietnam, we become a very secret situation. Like the session. And I do something that is serious. This is not right. We have to turn this around. And there was another occasion I was invited to another became a religious, other religion bashing, and I felt that religion as well. So I really believe that we are responsible. And we can, because religious organizations, it's a religious movement, it's a very interesting asset. The biggest asset that the religious community has is the people. And because in Myanmar, for example, and even in Malaysia, Muslims go to the mosque, the Buddhists go to the church, the Buddhists go to temples, we always go on a religious day. And that's a place where here we want positive messaging. And that positive messaging can be turned to language, in some cases, So this is the message we have reached. We are able to reach out to many, many people. We can transform the message. We must not allow negative messages, political influences to come in. So we are going to one answer. How do we transform them? I'm not give you answers, but I'm searching for them. I hope that during the discussion we can exchange ideas how do we do that. Number two, okay, we have huge amount of assets. I'm talking about management funds. Sadly, a lot of management funds are going to remote paper units. The good thing about it is that a lot of money is going to humanitarian aid. It's really not enough to going towards prevention. We're not thinking about prevention enough. We need to think about how to prevent it. I'll give you an idea. I'm going to show you how to do it with people. Okay, Buddhists and Muslims, that is not something foreign. We can put some funds together and form a joint grassroots investment fund to help grassroots organizations in countries build up available opportunity to acquire wealth. Wealth will make their lives better. Can we do that? So we stop for once and then not for government. We look at people. I did believe on them. But we look at ourselves. The most important aspect of the last one is it's very unique in religious organizations that we have the ability to heal our hearts. We don't have to forget that. Even in discussing conflict resolution, there are so many dialogues, but I don't want to attend anymore. I come from where I mentioned before, I don't attend anymore to talk about same thing. I talk to great people. Too much so it's so mechanical. I think it's complicated. You recognize that this is a place, the opportunity, that peace in our heart. In our heart, when we look at someone, we look at a friend, is that we appreciate them, we do not hurt them. It is when we take that away, we do more for them. This is when celebration. We conflict of life. So these are the few points I just want to share with you. I want to talk about the political, economical, environmental, whatever it's like. Focus on this. And we are sure we will reform everything. What can we do to make change? And that is the thing. How can we do it together? So with that, I conclude my short presentation. It was more discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vidyananda. So glad to all of us are starting to report this panel to address again something that not to be done talk about. Making it in such a way that also great promise, responsibility in having religion, faith, spirituality, and very wonderful the oppression. Our next speaker, very grateful for the presentation, is Sri Hasmy Agam. She's a senior editor at Natural Wine, 24/7 News Network. She completed a bachelor's degree in public relations at the International Islamic Relations and her MA on Southeast Asian History at the University of Malaya. During her time at Natural Wine, she produced many news reports and documentaries on conflicts in southern Thailand and Myanmar, including the plight of the minorities in those two countries. She authored a book on the Rohingya in the Malay language titled Rohingya, Fears of Misery, Identity, Oppression, and Refugees.
My experience with published videos and all that. So to begin with, I have a video presentation. It's all about Rohingya. What we did in SUHAKAM is, I can say, almost of the issues of Rohingya, like on the day and all that. So in 2 minutes time, let's together listen and watching what is video presentation is actually focused on and on air in SUHAKAM. So to begin with, please listen and watch the video. issue of Rohingya have many dimensions and components with ethnicity and religion and etc. That poses a challenge for journalists to balance and carry on. And of course, the issue is complex, and Chandra also is now agree that the issue is very complex, not an excuse to media debate from other the moral issue, especially during this crisis of stateless Rohingya people. And if you ask me what is the focus of coverage of all the issues of Rohingya, it would be to actually focus religious and ethnic sentiment often on coverage of the Rohingya issue. And we can see with in mainstream media in Malaysia, English newspapers, NSP, and plus and the response of this issue is we actually need to reflect religious and ethnic sentiment, but we should not let this sentiment stopping the media from taking a stand for what is right. That's our responsibility. And our responsibility is also we should not be distracted, but keep reminding our worship and leaders that fellow human beings and women and children are vulnerable and weak. Like Jastwan said this time. They are human beings. But of course, there is conflict. Of course, there is a problem in covering this important issue. And conflict faced by journalists in all perspectives of this issue. And I try to figure out what are those of conflict based on my experience in media life. The key problem is, of course, lack of connectivity. Even though population evidence that is located in the country that is the story of the year in 2015, if you remember the Andaman Sea crisis, with the discovery of maize curriculum improvement, video memory, Wilayah government. And the other constraint faced by most of the livings in reflecting all perspective, the key problem is actually, for example, the human trafficking issue. We always say that roads not in the human trafficking highly popular in Malaysia border has long been a problem for so long in Malaysia and Thailand. But then again, we have to ask what prevents from obtaining conflict picture, because we have to see that we have to do coverage on the media, because the media is become Finland as center stage of the world. So what actually prevents from obtaining conflict picture of this refugee community? Is actually because of having answers on government statements rather than looking on the ground. It's not the problem for themselves. Most of the time, the media tendency to take government statements rather than go to the field and cover for themselves. And its implication, I would say that journalists are at fault for accepting this announcement of government response. For example, Persiaran has proved without giving any lockdown. It's sometimes gave by the government official that repeatedly, whenever there was a report on Persiaran coming out, the foreign ministry or home ministry like they always say that they have made improvements in the human trafficking cases. of course, we can't really have regular contact with international agencies representing the global responsibility public service like Refugee and Migration. This basically means they are missing out on every crucial piece of the puzzle in the story. The goal of journalism is to tell the truth and to let the people know more about Rohingya and the program. And of course, they instead of doing the structured journalism should focusing on the actual issue by having as many as few as possible in a fair and balanced manner, including the religious, whether it is ethnic sentiments or whether it's religious issue, even if they disagree with them. And its relevancy, of course, if we take into account all these things, of course, victims say this was their main limited interest, not only for the children, but for the crisis in the society that we serve. If I may take a few minutes it's actually the book written by me and my supervisor. It's 2012 publication. I actively studying this book up to now, and it is for sale today. I have only 20 copies today. The original price is 25, but if you buy it today, it will be 20 out of 20. One RM I'll put to the Rohingya fund, inshallah. And by buying this book, by purchasing this book, you actually help me to help Rohingya and also to the charity. It's actually coincide with the hashtag campaign that run by myself, help me to help Rohingya. So with that message, I end my presentation and thank you for time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And as what I said about media as well, I'm so grateful for your presence on this panel. It knows the importance of media's role in not only creating awareness about the issue that we're in, but also challenging the dominant narratives and stories that we're told, like framing. Our final panelist is University of Malaysia and the organization that I've been educating myself a lot about. Our final panelist, Dr. Kuala, is currently serving as director of University Center, University of Wilayah, and has also served in various health facilities in Malaysia. Received his MBBS degree in medicine running in 1985. He obtained his postgraduate diploma in reproductive medicine from the University of Malaysia and Master of Medicine, Geriatric Medicine from the University of Australia. He has participated in University of Malaysia as well as internationally, namely Libya, Syria, Indonesia, Somalia, Bosnia, Pakistan, and Nepal. Currently, he has been executive council member of the University of Malaysia.
Thank you for tonight for the very kind introduction. I forgot to mention that I am a Malaysian of Myanmar origin. I was born and educated in Myanmar. I migrated of 26 years old, and I was very lucky for to be granted Malaysian people. Today I represent was simulation. One of the I call it South. My organization, I'm a volunteer for simulation. This is quite established in the local as well as international field as an NGO, providing assistance to any beneficiary, irrespective of race, religion, So here today I'm going to share what Malaysia has contributed to this Malaysia crisis. In terms of what I can see is that tangible contribution to the Rohingya crisis. And as we all know that the Rohingya has been coming to Malaysia not recently. They've been here since 1970s. And then after 1982 nationalization law, more came in, and after the 2012 clashes, I think that it's exponential rise in number of Rohingyas here. So we are running this program. Today I just want to present what we have done for the Rohingyas, as well as some challenges and also some recommendations in a very brief manner. In 2004, Malaysia has run a mobile clinic for the Rohingyas in Klang Valley until 2012 under the sponsorship of the UNHCR. We have benefited about more than 50,000 the patients, benefited Rohingya patients from that program. And after the 2012 anniversary crisis, Malaysia is the only NGO allowed to go into the Malaya immigration detention center. So we were given a chance to pick and provide the emergency services. So we ran the program for almost 1 month until taken over by the Minister of Health. And the program was extended earlier this year by the sponsorship of grant from the IOM. Almost 6 months. We provided the hygiene kits, health screening, tuberculosis screening, level screening, as well as the deworming, psychosocial counseling for vulnerable children, the adolescents, and also the elderly. That was for the after the emergency crisis. And about the IDP, internally displaced people, the camps, situated we were given an access immediately after the clashes. We have the first step to the government of Myanmar, and we are allowed to assist these IDPs. So almost there are 150,000 IDPs. So we have given health coverage to about 80,000 IDPs as of today. We are running a day. We have set up the 3 static clinic and 3 IDP camps. And also we have upgraded one of the rural health centers to become a station hospital, so that the Rohingya patients, especially those who need the further treatment, can be sort of a daycare center for those. And we have about 7 doctors. I think our staff strength there is about 40 of them are providing the health services. The challenges in the Malaysia setting and the Rakhine setting of the Rakhine, because the funding is one of the factors. Currently we have some funds, so we are continuing our project. And another challenge is that establishing the referral pathway, because the IDP they benefited from the private health care provided by us in some of mobile clinic and teleclinic. When they need the further treatment, like specialist treatment, need to be referred to the hospital for admission, for labor, surgery, so on. There are very few designated secondary or tertiary hospitals for Rohingyas. Out of the full hospitals, only very selected earmarked for the Rohingyas because of security reasons. So that's one of the challenges. Another aspect is that those in the IDP camps, at least they can have the primary health care. But how about those in the villages? The Rohingyas in the villages, so they are not well covered by even for the primary care, immunization, and so on. So if they wanted to need the further treatment, they have to engage, they have to pay for the security as well to go to the hospital. And they cannot go to the nearest hospital. They have to go to the nearby hospital, which may be quite far. They have to take the boat. And if you could recall, last year there was one mishap. The capsized boat, few victims because of the drowning. All of them are supposedly going to the hospital to get other treatment. And in terms of Malaysia, I'll just show you the last slide probably. But the challenges in Malaysia is somehow related to this because we are not signatory of the Geneva Convention, which recognizes refugees, and also we don't recognize the 1967 Geneva. So there is no term like refugees in Malaysia. All of the immigrants, if they don't have the proper document, considered irregular migrant. So being an irregular immigrant, you are subject to immigration law. There is no, because if you are a refugee, you don't have the human rights. So if you are illegal immigrant, you are subject to the law of the land, which is immigration law. So you can enjoy like the legal status if you are illegal immigrant. No legal status for you, no labor law to cover you. So we have to look into that aspect as well. And also, of course, you certainly cannot be you are not allowed to look for education. Actually, most Malaysia will not usually go to the advocacy, except for the health advocacy. In the Malaysian context, probably we need to push for that the recommendation so that we can do some tangible assistance to the Rohingya. And of course, public perceptions on those immigrants is very important. The media play a very important role. Because the mainstream media always say that the social, economic, political, health, security problems usually come from the immigrants. And even the Ministry of Health made a statement that there is an increasing rising trend of tuberculosis in Malaysia, and 12% of that tuberculosis cases are contributed by the immigrants. So if we don't we have to find the source. So if they are illegal immigrants, they are underground, we will never be able to control at the source. So making them, I think, like the previous speakers suggested, like registration will help this kind of containing the infection diseases. So there are a few recommendations. I think so far, because of the monsoon season and as well as the Myanmar government itself is controlling the leaving of the boat, leaving the area because of the threat of the city at one time. So not many boats are leaving the Myanmar water. But if there is one, we should go for it rather than pushback policy, because all along the Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia has been sort of engaged in the pushback policy until media highlighted the plight of these energy crisis, which we sort of a soft stance we accepted them. So we should initiate for the search and rescue operation if there is any more emergency crisis. And although we are not all bound by the what we call Geneva Convention, everybody is a signatory of 1982 UN Convention on the Law of Sea. If there is someone in the distress in the sea, it is duty bound for the nearest country to give assistance to that particular victim in the sea. And if possible, to find an alternative to detention centers, because currently whoever even goes in Atlantic is a detention center together with other illegal immigrants, because they are not the illegal immigrants, they have been refugees running away from the persecution, so they should be placed in the more suitable centers for them. In fact, at one time, our Prime Minister has promised that they would look to LPPK centers, but there was no follow-up action on that aspect. So until the last few left, I think they were still in the Atlantic camp. They should allow to have a right to work, because these refugees can contribute to the community by working. That's the only way to contribute to the community, so that the community will appreciate their contribution. And on the other hand, they can also live with a dignity, rather than we see the video. We saw the video that they like the beggars on the street, the children, the vulnerable ladies, and so on. If they put I mean, they can live with dignity. So we have to find a way, allow them to work. So probably one of the ways is to register them, allow them to work in certain sectors. I think there are a few sectors like only sectors like energy, dangerous, and so on. I'm sure the locals not interested to work. The Rohingyas are willing to work. I'm sure. Right, so education is another very important point. Currently, there is no national policy, so Malaysia, as well as some of the CSO or NGOs providing the schools. We all know that children, if they don't go to school, what do? They will be on the streets. So that activity like unhealthy activity like begging and so on, criminality and so on, we can expect that kind of outcome. The right to access to healthcare is very important. This is international human rights. So because of their refugees, they know the value passport, we cannot deny them the basic needs of them, which is the universal healthcare. And because of recent policy, since 2016, the Ministry of Health declared that all the foreigners have to pay 100% off because our healthcare is subsidized. It's true that only the citizens should provide the subsidized healthcare. So foreigners should pay for the full healthcare cost. So they have implemented that regulation. So for example, like the local lady.
Very much like the common funds for forming a system of the work commissioning inspirational work that you would with that, now we can just open it up to the audience for questions. Very, very deep comments, not so let's take a bow with that. So first, and I will try to get at on the again. So, and any other questions or comments? Questions, comments? Yes.
We can help them in one part, while we can help like grants and solutions, etc. That is what NGOs are doing right now in Malaysia. But how do we actually make the Buddhist monks stop giving them, keeping them there and reduce them being desperate for contribution?
I'm going to work on national energy, but we can refugees also. So we can question is, the refugees already got Malaysia. So how we can approach or establish this within their own educational series, instead giving both to them within the system. Here, if there is information or method we can, these refugees have
However, there was not enough support provided that my question is, is there any obstacle or any kind of work done to ensuring that the overseas is presented with the required in order to go into the education? If I'd like to ask this also question.
So we have, so you see, if you are registered, you get this on the hospital, and then now when it's actually, there's the Institut for the one is registered, and for the non-registered, we have other NGOs that are providing healthcare, like the NGOs, the Refugee, this is what providing the treatment for the non-registered. However, the thing that we essentially, I think, like for the prevention side, the treatment is you can finish. But the prevention side, like the immunization, the vaccination, there's no NGO is having this. I think the thing, whatever, like yes, the thing for it, I think most probably the system can actually provide the vaccination for the community. Education hopefully we need to like OAD kind of cases. That's not only the NGO that can be. Thank you. So let me have.
Thank you very much for the question. It's a very, very, very good question. I think we addressed at some point. First of all, I think just to put things into perspective, I do agree that there are some marks that have been very specific to the time of violence. And they do not, I guess, don't want to process, but we do not represent the entire Buddhist community. Secondly, is that there are very active Buddhist-based reconciliation activities on the ground right now happening. For example, there are association programs between Buddhists and Muslims in various parts of their own country at times. In the areas where violence was not before in Malaya, even in the north last year, there are several parallel active in that area where CMM, the police, and the court to engage with them directly and get participation in what support. The next point is that how do we engage? One of the things that we believe is that if we find that there are so-called religious teachers of ours who are the extreme views, we actually go in and engage them directly. So we do have our groups in the VMS to actually go in and organize discussions together to understand where that comes from, where that thinking comes from, and we try to address that racist or one-sided thinking. But I can tell you for a fact that it's very challenging. And in all other religions, extreme groups, we find it very, very challenging. On top of that, there are very strong political influences because we are very, very aware of the biggest actors in today. We are trying very hard to support them. So maybe at a personal conversation, I can share more details on the activities, and if then you want to be involved in that, we can think this is how we can get as much involvement as possible. One thing that I share with you. But there are very active activities going on to arrest the extreme tendency to the religion.
Okay, sure. They don't represent very much mainstream Islam. But unfortunately, in any society, you still get these two people doing all of them. It's very unfortunate. Rather unfortunate. Now, the previous government, frankly, like the political reviews. In fact, to some extent, there were allegations that were equivalent to these people who create a sense of insecurity. Right? But it's a bit too early for me to speculate about the president. But I think what is important is present foreign minister, the Nobel laureate, has always emphasized the rule of law. This one should be subjected to that. So there are enough legislation to put them, charge them, and there is evidence that if you really want to do it. Of course, then there is this political issue of probably risking some pockets of votes. But I think that is something people need to worry in the next 4 years. As you can increase that. Now, there is also the other problem of APTO and local officials. Just last week, one local official in Rakhine State actually came up with a statement saying that all Muslim buildings must be demolished because they are all illegal buildings. And then the APTO government said, no, nothing, you have to follow regulations. In the past, just 1 year ago, you wouldn't see a reaction from the APTO. But today you actually see a reaction from the APTO where the APTO tells them, look, you are the local official, but nonetheless, there are legal mechanisms that you open. So that is again the problem. The men on the ground and those officials upset. Of course, there is slight indignation. That is why I ended my talk earlier by saying I think we have to look at the larger context of this. Why so? Sectarian violence. Why suddenly they have been living for centuries and suddenly the police will don't like Muslims and killing and burning madrasas. It's never used to happen. It's never used to happen. Why? Who is responsible for it? This is a very challenging issue. This is something that the government will eventually have to move into and address it. Second issue, ICC. I couldn't get a question, but you see, in the past, just before the Indian government came to orchestrated winning, what happened was certain European countries were actually trying to take Myanmar issue to the ICC. 16 countries supported. But the minute the new government came in and started out, the people shut. You probably won't succeed taking it because you need a lot of evidence and all that. But it is a form of pressure on the government. You see, the technical way it is important, but suddenly the whole thing died off and nothing much more. I think Dr. Arun can elaborate. It's really his part of the ICC. And I'm very sorry I didn't get your question. I'm very sorry. I couldn't get your question. Maybe over lunch. Yeah.
No objection. No objection to the institution. That's objection. The Sangha is an objection. Because the village is a mark of, is it a political mark? Is it a Buddhist mark? Is it a Buddhist mark is loyal to the spiritual. The Buddhist mark is loyal to the religious. In the case of Kerala, this actual Lanka, you have political. In political marks, you got a movement called the Ramana, the 1969 movement. Which is the miraculous law. So the political marks are very clear. The religion itself is an ideology. Religion tries to be a pathway to spirituality, to reverse ourselves to God. The minute the religion becomes an instrument in the hands of tradition, the political objective is no more religion, it is a political ideology, there is a political objective. So therefore, in that there is a clear law. The government must be the law. The government states the law. If anybody who breaches the law, then you must tell him. And that's good and disobedience. I say that. The combination is race, religion. The how these three together, they expose them. The one stage in South Asia remove race and religion from politics. This was very, very clear. No political parties can base their political ideology on the platform of race and religion. Look at everything. The meaning, race, religion, and politics come together, then going back to how to control the market. The real Buddhist mark is particularly for politics. How to make it work. The political market. Look at Sri Lanka. For reading this part, the problem of the Rohingya, the thing exactly reflects by what Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is exactly in a sort of what is the marks of the religion? The marks of the religion is being good compassion and compassion for others. Integrity is good and compassion for Buddhism and not Buddhism. So therefore, what is actually the Buddhism decides for the objective of the majority Burma race. Not only in Burma race. Sri Lanka is any other state where religion becomes an official religion and of majority race. The others are spread. Religion becomes official religion in the hands of the majority race. You need an official religion. I'm not sure it's that. You need an official religion. The official religion in the hands of the majority race becomes a true religion.
The spirit of interfaith with the
the interceptable part was established very the green part was very contract, guarantee, and the prosecution can be initiated by the Supreme Council or the officer in charge of prosecuting officer is being ICC. You know what is political officer? The name, the club of the big powers. They are not going to do it. So the prosecutor from the ICC can do that quite harshly. And that's why the Rohingya issue is all the big power center. So by right, the ICC should do that. Now, extend from that. The ICC was prosecute Bashir. Bashir walked in, he walked as a free man with the heavenly king. He was protected many times. The heavenly came out and said, no, don't touch him. So what ICC can do? ICC, whatever it is, the prosecutor, the ICC must initiate an action against the leadership. They must initiate an action. And I hope.
Thank you. I was just saying, in the spirit of interfaith solidarity and what we command, Vidyananda has 30 seconds.
Thank you for listening to our The one point I want to mention, which is my time I think perceptions of the people, what we are seeing, how we are acting, a lot of it is perception. The key player in perception is the media. The media gives more space, unfortunately, in most cases, to give to extremism, to more sensational. But I really like the work you're doing to take a more balanced view. We need more of that media to play a more balanced role. Let the people who do a lot of good work on the ground, conflict resolution, the Buddhists, the Muslims, the Christians, whoever it is, to be their voice and to work together. We need that.
The views, yes, I agree that that actually represent the complexity what Arujunan said, what Professor Jastwan said just now, is that represent the complex exact the issues. So it's important for the journalist to understand, to make so that he or she can able to make others understand as well this important issue. And the critical that we in the sense that we have to be balanced and fair coverage to this issue. Thank you.
Yes, Malaysia has been running the immunization clinics for the refugees, not only for Rohingya, including the chain current on the group as well. In fact, a few months back, UITM Sultan of Raja Nazir Shah launched a program sponsored by one of the pediatric societies. I totally agree, the reproductive care for those refugees are very important because the birth rate of Rohingyas being higher than average because they don't, not because of, when we found out that it's not because of religious belief, it is because of the accessibility of these family planning services. It's lacking not only in the Rakhine State but also in Malaysia itself. I think we should focus on it. Of course, we need funding for that. So I hope the UNHCR will do something about getting the fund for us and we will run the program for it. Thank you very much.
Now we'll have a round of questions, speeches. But no, I'm joking. But you can have the comments, but please keep them very brief. We don't have much time left, so we can refer first of all.
One is the role of they are a big part of it. You know that in 1980, Jastwan has already mentioned it. I want to highlight one point that in 1980s they were doing quite well in the sense that they provided humanitarian. But this government has become so elected. Not only that, those who helped Burmese in the 80s, they are being persecuted. And they're saying that the Rohingya are going to be promoting terrorism. And this is a big problem that we should do. I think also we should point out that this government did a good job to come to Rohingya and gave them a very good work.
As brother said, so we need to discuss our colleagues because head for the different countries like ASEAN and others. They will treat that funds as dedicated academics. If there is any conflict in Myanmar between the communities, dedicated academics. But now it changed from directions into IPPs, people change, mind change, everything change. Step by step, it's reached to regions. So I'm not going there, but some comments to the measures. In Malaysia, here we are facing three major problems. One, education. Second, education. That is education. The main problem now is education because before if government deliver a baby becomes only 4 to 800 ringgit. Now about 5,000 to 6,000 ringgit in government hospitals. So I would like to request the organizers, both in your resolutions and in the comments or other instances, to highlight the issues. Thank you very much.
I'd like to talk about the first Constitution. In accordance with the 1947 Constitution, citizenship laws implemented rule of 1947 citizenship laws under the Constitution was amended in 1948. And this one is the more rigid process under the citizenship law. And still wonders are considered citizenship holder. And after that, 1982, the social religions, the one party system government came out with the new citizenship law, that is 1982 citizenship law. This citizenship law is against the international law and even against the Constitution itself, because any citizenship, any amendment cannot deprive the citizenship of the community. So, what is the root cause here? Root cause here is discriminatory amending and repealing the citizenship process and to deny the Rohingyas citizenship and agreement. As far as the topic is concerned, that is Rohingya refugee crisis and its implication on the security in the ASEAN region. Actually, there is still over already about the security various. And then my third question is coming. So my comment is more and more. So in Malaysia, there are, according to the UNHCR and also Richard, government said 54,000 villages are registered. And given the two action programs. One is physical, another is finding the refugee acceptance. There are about 50,000 more villages undocumented and also unregistered. I have a right to ask questions at the previous session. And one of my questions was now is that there are unregistered 50,000 unregistered refugees. Now, even though they are considered refugees, they are subject to persecution because of the illegal entry. I have got many situations when there are charged in court because of the lack of the movement, because of the illegal entry. Even one of the judges was sentenced to imprisonment and also Bukit. And I intervened in another 4 cases and for the Integriti, the court recognized the discretion and recognized the situation, dispense with the Bukit, and it was about that rural 6 months. We dispense with the Bukit. So my question here to the Malaysian is why you are not registering them? Because according to the law, if they are the court knows that they are Rohingya, or my question is, why you register them? I am not convinced about them. If the Buddhist know that is not activity, why you are not registering?
Thank you. No, we have to wrap up, and then it's time. Is there any other questions on the floor? Thank you very much. Any other questions on the floor? We had you, you, any questions? Any questions? Thank you very much. And the last slide.
Commissioner, sorry, yes, I was to ask one thing. Why we are not trying to bring Rohingya experts and intellectuals to make registration? Why we are talking on the air with those who are playing that role in social media? This is my question. We need to find solution with our force.
And you had 20 minutes. I can give you 30 seconds.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. I am Jafar Ahmad from Universiti Rohingya Human Rights Organization Malaysia, Manhattan. Thank you so much, organizer. Thank you so much, organizer, and all the speaker and all the participants. The organizing committee, I would like to thank so much. Actually, I also put my statement is the registration counter. I will be fast. This is very important issue. Now, we are suffering. No other people suffering. We are suffering. We have the right to ask to save our communities and those who are poor. So the United Nations has the power. Why United Nations Security Council no use power for our Rohingya those who are killing or they die about the come to the auction about the cost to lead to save other countries, to save their lives. But we have the right, universal declaration for human rights jurisdiction overseas. But why? United Nations prepared protection for Rohingya. Those are ethnic, indigenous people in ASEAN state. This we are long history. We are not come to the migrants. We are originally our ASEAN state. We have the king of royal king in the ASEAN state before independence. The government says we are come to the Bangladesh and other countries, migrants. These have they have the power, they can use power. But we are suffering our voice, anybody not the respect, not recognize. They are killing, they are going to recognize international communities. We are with the evidence more. Also many United Nations human rights envoy delegation go to the PG to take part of the evidence to submit the United Nations paper. Many have both have the evidence, but this evidence they have to prove, not protection, not action plan for those who are Rohingya. We are died. Also, United Nations Security Council member state countries also involved victim of genocide, those Rohingya. Thank you so much. This message I give today, United Nations Security Council. Please, your United Nations Security Council, please. This now requires United Nations Security Council. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We have one last. Just one last question, but then we can
As a young lawyer, I want to share that America and the superpower countries are mostly respecting the victims in the Middle East countries like Libya and Afghanistan, Iraq. Even though the victims in Myanmar, they never, when France or Germany or any other freedom country never talk strongly to Myanmar. They never put any statement, any emergency statement to the government of Myanmar. So what is the reason behind it? But they are pushing strongly to the government who are really violating the law of human rights and the rights of human beings. What is the reason behind it? I just want to share my opinion how arbitrary.
Thank you for the question. We will have now panelists with the final remarks. Question for the chair.
I think there is no solution in the near future. My personal opinion, not solution. Not in the near future. So we still have to sit there, but whatever we can. So we will keep on assisting the community in the Rakhine State. Then we have no intention to jeopardize our operation, our work, our colleagues there. So whatever we are doing, please don't rock the boat in a way that there are instances in other NGO like MSN came out because of the mixing of this geopolitics and our program for the system. So for us, it's very important to continue assisting them without jeopardizing the current situation. Thank you very much.
Yes, yeah, see that it's one way to that of course from day to day that we have to do coverage on issues and refugee or migrating. We always keep working on this important issue, but I want to give a guarantee that we of course a few criteria that we have to observe. For example, balance and fair voting, even if it is complex issues, is always a priority to check the fact of the problem itself, and I can guarantee that if the essence of the news is somehow create this harmony between religion, then we not tolerate to not to issue the statements. And we of course play an important role to giving understandable and the real issue of Rohingya, and of course, thank you.
Thank you again. I think we all agree the problem is very challenging, very complex. To address this, we probably need multi-tier, multi-pronged, different approach to deal with it. And this approach is probably needs to be very consolidated. I think the challenge is coming together to do it and agree among ourselves, not to tackle them. And for me, I believe we need to understand the complexity, but simplify the action so that we know exactly what we can and what to do, are able to do it as a community. Right? I'll put it to answer the question. I think there's a lot of times we need to deal with perception on the issue of extremism, religion. You know, if you go down the route, I think the discussion is really, we only have some of the answers, but really we are dealing at the level of perception. And we really have to understand that to certain groups, we need to address it in a particular way, like the extremist issue we need to deal with. To certain groups that it is not a religious issue, I think the complexity is there, there's no one answer. So I think we have to look at who we are addressing and what is the solution, the outcome we expect of that particular action to motivate change. So that's why I can say that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do not wish to be respectful of the opinions of my fellow colleagues on the floor. Rather, I would like to emphasize that this is not really a complicated issue. It's made complicated due to the sheer lack of political will to solve it. And as I mentioned, there are two issues here. One is managing the issue of the refugees. Are we managing it well? We are not managing it well. Documentation is needed. They need to go to work. Kids don't need to go to school. Better living conditions in Bangladesh. As you already mentioned, Professor, the Bangladeshi government need to take more responsibility. And the international community, by and large, not just ASEAN, need to respond. Sometimes I wonder maybe 1.8 million Rohingyas should just get on one morning and just start walking to the direction of Thailand. When the Syrians started doing that, but then went running to Turkey to bring in billions of dollars of aid to stop them. Why is there a sheer lack of political will in this? You see my point, aren't these people as well? So here, of course, media, you have to play your role, NGOs give it a very good role, you make a lot of difference on the ground. But it's a sheer lack of political will. One, the Myanmar government, two, ASEAN, and three, the international community. I think that we can either. So it's not a complicated issue. It's been made complicated due to a simple lack of political will. All that's my take. Can disagree. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I said that the Rohingya individual was taken to court, was punished. I said that you are illegal immigrant or illegal immigrant, in following the crime against the law, the police take them to the court and punish them according to the law. If the British authorities punish that Rohingya individual according to the law, there's no objection. Basically ask, if she committed crime or not, what is the nature of the crime? She taken to the court, they give an opportunity to prove that I did this and what and she punished according to the law. It applies not only to illegal immigrants, they also apply those conditions. Well, Then I respond to that. Now the next one, the UN Security Council. What is the objective of the UN Security Council and the actual implementation? It's very clear. To provide human rights and humanity and to avoid future wars. But next time you look at the UN Security Council, who are moving place is political science. The UN Security Council only will take action when the veto member systems come together. The history of the United Nations UN Security Council has been only except once. One, the intervention in the Korean War. Number two, the intervention in Spain with Saddam Hussein attack. Look at all the other situations. The Security Council members, particularly veto the veto power in the great countries. Can the Security Council take action if any of the veto members, any of the members of veto power the object, Security Council cannot move at all? Who are the allies in the Security Council for the military regime in Myanmar? China. China give a damn to human rights violation in Myanmar. China is very clear. They will not interfere in the international affairs of any state. Because it can make money and a peace. So therefore, even the better goes to Security Council. It would go to the So therefore, forget others. I mean, that's my view. I think I said my view. Okay, number two, let me give our question. Right? We are here to learn. Okay. That's my point. Who is going to push the Security Council? Who is going to push the back? Who is going to push the shit? I'm telling you, really. Next point, ASEAN resolve. The Rohingya crisis and implication of security of our nation. What is the security situation of the nation? Our nation countries, all the countries are facing problem of terrorism. Most of the countries are facing problem of intelligence. Most of the countries are facing racial politics. So if you going to handle the problem of the Rohingya, the answer to the question, the people of the nation, the people of the nation. The conflict between, I would say, majority religion, I won't call it. But looking at it, in the Muslim in England, was it a Christian? As a Muslim, for that family. The number two look at is a tyrant. In Malaysia, you got one problem. In Indonesia, you got one problem. Right? So, Southeast countries, can they really, in a situation, because take involved in consideration? If they want, they can. They will make it very clear. They want to solve the problem. Yes, they can. But not like ASEAN. ASEAN is a club. ASEAN is a club of certain states. Individual states, if they want, they can. Take policies, they can follow. That's why we talk about we got a problem in our hand. The next step, we have to solve the problem. What solve the problem? You take what the policies and get it done. So therefore, forget about ASEAN. ASEAN also. So therefore, I think we are reaching that much.
Thank you, Dr. The chair of the thank you for that. Let me just say thank everyone for coming. Thank the panelists and speakers in particular for coming. And I wanted to, before we have very brief closing remarks, I also wanted to thank and people working thanking the staff that put this together, and also Nazim conceived of the whole concept of doing something on the Rohingya, stand just, Lumpur, Al-Qaeda, that's now put in a lot of work, and of course, that was pushing the leadership organizing these things. So thank all of you for being here today and that we can.
Friends, I'll be very brief. These closing remarks, I thought there's some points that have been highlighted. Because this seminar that we organized has got a very clear mission. And I should at least reiterate some of the goals of this seminar so that we'll go back confident that something is going to be done. We will not just talk short after this happens. Before I come to that, let me systematically get some of the very interesting points of knowledge to help us realize this advancing this. Now, as far as Malaysia is concerned, I think it's a very strong case of improving conditions. Very good. In every sense, we have failed as Malaysia first can deal with sad issues. Other refugees, they've had refugees with us for very long. So we have to do much to improve the conditions of the people. In terms of something very specific, I think the proposal which the spokesman for the United Nations Refugees Office, the point that he gave is something that we should focus on. The illustration people want it. It doesn't have the implications sometimes the media tries to exaggerate with it as well implications for it doesn't share the presidency of it. It's a very straightforward process. It's good for all concerned. Good to register the Rohingyas and most important, good for the concerns in terms of their own well-being. I think the question of refugees is separate. Their statements is very important. We avoided this for a very long time. And part of the problem is, as a nation, we have been somewhat reluctant to endorse human rights conventions. There are many conventions that we can endorse without any fear of how it will impact or impinge upon our national sovereignty. It will be very clear. So that reluctance is something that we have overcome. And as far as the states, the refugees is concerned, I think it's fundamental. The refugees from so many different countries, we have to recognize it. And of course, there are ideas which are all the rest of it, but nonetheless, I think we should move. And I would suggest that to move in that direction, we have to do it with the help of our other ASEAN partners. Because the whole question of refugees in Malaysia is actually linked to it's one of the reasons why we are reluctant to recognize Rohingya as refugees, because we're reluctant to recognize others as refugees. And this whole question of reluctance to recognize refugees as refugees. That's how it's done. There's actually people from Aceh who were coming over decades ago. We have to work on that at the regional level. So that is an ASEAN challenge, and I think they should find address this question. Now, at the regional level, I think it's very important that we put a stop to smuggling and trafficking. Both smuggling across the seas, land smuggling, we have to put a stop to this. We have to put a stop to the corruption that underscores the activities. That I think will be a factor. Here again, the African region. You can't just do it on a national basis, work on a regional basis, look at what has happened in Thailand, look at what is happening, other situations in Indonesia, Philippines, and so on. So when it comes to smuggling, human trafficking, a regional stance, push back on those, we have to work on a regional basis, underlying challenge of corruption, which is a global problem, but here we have a clear regional dimension. Now, in Myanmar itself, I agree with a number of people have said the real challenge is here. I cannot say that the Commission Commission doesn't live on hope, because there are friends of mine who are actually involved in the campaigns in this hope. And I want to be a little less pessimistic. Maybe this does offer a mission vis-a-vis all the people of that. This is how we just address the references of the mission. So when the Komiana is certain roles, certain status, my hopes that I hope that ASEAN governments will give full support to this mission. So you can see full support to this mission. Because it may be a politician's way by which Councillor, Mr. Foreign Affairs, effective leader of Myanmar, maybe it's her way of dealing with a very, very complex situation. It's got to do with the domestic constituency, a very powerful vested interest, building the army, and the religious elements may not be happy with the type of solution that you and I would want. So she has to somehow navigate this very difficult terrain. Maybe this is level of political maneuver on the part of Buddhists, bringing a mission headed by someone outside and saying the mission in some recommendation. Of course, no government in the world will say we accept all the recommendations of the commission. This is why the commission, in terms of reference, it says that they make recommendations to people accept all the commission's work on the basis. So I don't think that is. But it is interesting that there is I think the rhetoric within Myanmar, the very communal, bigoted rhetoric, the hate speech, those things will have to come down. And this, I hope, elected government, which talks about rule of law, which talks about debate, dialogue, and so on, has taken to persuade slowly by Myanmar's neighbors and by other groups who vote in the election. And I think it's a big work.
democracy, look at India, there's very much only one justice movement to make work in Myanmar. And that's something that we would certainly want to step up. Very difficult, nonetheless, we want to put our children in the education system. A general point that we made about religion, turning religion around, perhaps could make habits the direction, but I think what's really needed is unseen factors. Not so much unseen factors. All the great religions are super values. These values, and how we're going to do it in the public square is a real challenge. And at the same time, like media is a role to play. Many of us may own and imagine all of the media and players. Media in ASEAN, media globally, will have to be more positive, and certainly media in this. And we had a speaker from the media background, and he was right about the failings of basic media in handling the Rohingya. And of course, there are things that we can do as individuals. Never forget that in the output analysis is weakness. Then every time we attend a seminar, we go back, get about what has happened. Let's not do it. There are things that we can do in our own small ways. Like people out, interface with others, work within our families, our communities. This is the power of the individual, the power of Let me conclude by saying that this is a little different from some of the seminars that we held in the past. The whole seminar today is a live stream, which means that people elsewhere can watch, listen to what has transpired here, and the movement of which we are a part, World Beyond War, they, from the time to time, also access what is happening here. This is one of the reasons why we organized this seminar, to give the Rohingya issue yet another dimension. Of course, the nationalism, but these are individuals, because of the names involved in this campaign, who have never really been part of the Rohingya. So I think it's good to point them into this via this channel. And we have promised right at the beginning that we will write to the recent always recommendations. And we will more than write to us, we will keep on pressing. And we will also communicate with the ASEAN governments by the ASEAN Secretariat. We've got individuals there who know quite well. We hope that through the ASEAN Secretariat we can further this reform. And of course to the UN, individuals in the UN, we do more. Let me also very quickly thank attendance, participation. It has been very, very useful to all of us. We have benefited a great deal, and we remember this seminar with much gratitude.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chandra Mustafa. Brothers and sisters, with that closing remarks, we have officially come to the end of the seminar. Thank you very much once again to all of you for your presence and participation. You are also invited for lunch outside the hall. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My wife.